Hello and welcome to part 2 of my library tour. I have some other stuff around here more than books. So let's start over here. This is a 3-shelf bookshelf. I don't know where I got it. It was been with me ever since I was like little, like probably even before I was born. No, probably not before I was born, but probably when I could read. Yeah, that was about it. But let's start over here. Right here I got a pocket dictionary. It's kind of old and falling apart, but it's still usable. I got a book about Labradors right there because my dog is a Labrador and we just wanted to learn a little bit more about it. Book about rats because when I was younger, like 5th grade, I'm in 12th grade, by the way, so like 7 years ago. I wanted a rat. That's a pet. But my mom's allergic, so yeah. This is another book I got at the Cincinnati. No, it was not Cincinnati. It was Columbus. Yeah. Shell Games, I got Columbus. This one I got at Columbus also. It's 100 Under 100. Is about like some of the most endangered species that their populations are under 100. I got this when I was in Hawaii 2012 to 2013. Like there was snorkeling places, obviously because it's Hawaii, and I was curious on like the sea life there, so my grandma, it was either me or my grandma bought this book. And I was happy. I got another fish book, but this one's from Michigan. That's my home state. Up here is the Rocky Mountains Park Wildlife Guide. It's just a flip open thing, so it's not that, it doesn't have that much. Natural Guide to Rocky Mountains National Parks. Not net parks, park. It has more creatures in it. This one has insects, so that's why I bought it, because there was this one bug that I was curious on, so I just bought it. I couldn't access the internet in the mountains because it's the mountains. Mammals of Michigan. Hawaii's birds. This one my grandma bought for me for Christmas Day in Hawaii. I can't pronounce the Audubon, I can't pronounce that word, but it's a field guide to North American birds, the eastern region. It's just obviously like the Great Lakes states, the South, the New England states, and the Midwest, kind of. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got that. That was my first encyclopedia of animals. That's the one. My second one was the fish of Michigan. Next one is birds of Colorado. If you go to Colorado, I would recommend the Nature Guide to Rocky Mountains National Park. Sorry for the glare. That's my window. By that person. And the Birds of Colorado's book, because birds, they can go anywhere, they can fly, so you will see more birds, and this one has not every single, but the majority of the animals you will see in the Rocky Mountains. So that's that. And Birds of Michigan, they're made by the same people, as you can tell. Oh yeah, this plastic bag has my Blockbuster things I got. The knickknacks. I miss Blockbuster. Earbuds. No, not earbuds. Earplugs. A hatching cobra. This is a sonic screwdriver. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram once. Someone thought it was like a e-cigarette, but this is a sonic screwdriver. Up here, it must be true. It's about classic. It's just like newspaper mistakes or wordings that would seem real, like I'm gonna try to find one, for example. There's like weird newspaper headlines like kind of like that. What was this? Captive Pet Animal Hospital. Dogs caught for fleas removed and returned to jail for $10. Out in Washington paper. So yeah, it's kind of like that. This is the Song of Ice and Fire series. If you've seen part 1, I obviously have the not prequel, it's, I don't know what it's called, like spin-off that takes place 100 years before this. But it goes from, this is not in order, it goes from Games of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, A Feast for Crows, and Dance with Dragons. The books are either has like an off or width to them, so yeah. And this is The Walking Dead book. I bought this before I read the comics. I thought it was part of the TV series, which I don't know why I made that mistake, because Robert Kirkman also wrote this book, so I can't believe that was a beginner's mistake I made to the comic series. But it's about the governor before, I don't recall his place, before his little society. There we go. This is a stuff every college student should know. I got that at like a college bookstore. So yeah. And then I got The Fault in Our Stars. I made a mistake in my review once. I didn't do that much research, so I might do another review on it again. I got Aristotle, I can't pronounce his name. Aristotle and Dante discovered the secrets of the universe. It's about two guys falling in love. Basically, that's how I can explain it. Sorry for the spoilers, but yeah, it's kind of hard to explain without saying anything. Then I got another John Green book, Looking for Alaska. I'm halfway through with that. Got a Maximum Ride book, The Angel Experiment, book 1. I never read these books, but I ordered them when I was in 5th grade. At the time, there was word going around that they were making a movie. Obviously, as of now, that never came through. Then I got this Halo book, The Fall of Reach. I read half of it and then stopped for some odd reason, so yeah. I got the Attack on Titan Before the Fall. I can't pronounce the manga. This is not. I'm noticing that this is in this. It is not in order, but it's in the same order as my Walking Dead books. And I got Harry Potter book 1 through 7. Let's go with these first. There's books behind them. I got a Doctor Who book with David Tennant. David Tennant, who plays the 10th Doctor in Belle Piper, I think that's how you pronounce the name, as Rose Tyler. The Prince of Paradise. I read like the first 2 chapters. Haven't finished it yet. Most of these books I haven't even finished or read, so yeah. But I'm gonna go read it soon. Then I got another book the Eighth Doctor, Paul McGrawn, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Authored. 50th anniversary edition. I got The Hobbit. I read this book. I liked it. The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games tribute guide is basically the first movie guide about the Hunger Games. Plan to moving to plan. In a mind at a time and easy for you to say. These are books about dypraxia, which I do have. So, yeah, I was just curious. And the books that were from when I was like, I would say like 4, I believe. So if we go down here, these are more of the Alex Cross series. These are not in order. I bought this book first, thinking it was a standalone edition, which I could have just checked inside the book to realize it wasn't. But these are not in order. I do got all of them to the I don't know which one I stopped at. But I have like 1, 2, 3. I have 7. I have the first 7 books, and there's like over a dozen, I think. This series goes back to like I think the mid-90s, but it starts out with Along Came a Spider, then Kiss the Girls, which is in my other part of the library. But I have Jack and Jill, Roses Are Red, Along Came a Spider, Cat and Mouse, Violets Are Blue, Pop Goes Weasel. This is another James Patterson book, Zoo. I read it. I did a review on it, but I never published it. I said what I was hoping for in the TV miniseries. I think it's a miniseries. But I never published that, so when if I did, it was obviously months behind, but I don't even recall if I did or not. Got Moby Dick. Got that at Costco. This is kind of, I might explain this in a different video, but, these are like, kind of like plastic models of animals. I used to collect these because I love animals. I still do, it's just I don't collect these anymore. I have no room in my room to do it, but, yeah. This is a Star Wars cup. I got it from the Swords of Pearls. I'm not sure if I included it in video, so yeah. Sorry if I'm talking fast and having my speech impediment messing this video up. It's just kind of hard to do without having that occurring. But this is my Stephen King books, The Shining. I read that one. I liked it. I saw the Kubrick movie, but I never seen the miniseries, which is a 2-part miniseries. And I got The Stand, the extended edition. I regret buying the extended edition because some people say this is a good book, but I bought the extended editions, which there's pages in there like that last for 100 pages. That are boring. In my opinion, I do like it at times, but sometimes it drags on. This has like 1,400 pages in it. I probably would have liked it if I just bought the regular version, but this was on the shelf at the time, so I just bought it. I regret it now. I should have got the regular edition. I don't even recall what page I'm on. I think I lost my page. I gotta start over. I knew I was like, I wasn't even at 1,000, I believe. But I was on part 3, if you know what the extended edition looks like. I got Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining. I got this book called Gatsby. I found it interesting. I saw it like a facts page on Instagram. And in this book, it doesn't include the letter E. I'll read a passage. I will just show you a sentence. Yeah, the letter E is one of the most common used, one of the most, well, sorry, I blanked out there, but it's one of the most common used, letters. I don't know what the sentence types are called, but you type in the sentence of all the words in the English language into it, you will have E will come up the most. And it's the second most pressed key besides the space button. Well, for writing at least. Then I got the Narnia books. I got the book 1. Most people never heard of it, I believe. The Magician's Nephew. And I got the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I got this book, which was during the time when the movie came out, as you can tell. I read book 2. I haven't read book 1, and this is a later sequel, so obviously I haven't read it. Right here, I got Tom Clancy Op Centaur. I bought it used at a used bookstore and the library. In the library. Sorry for my stumbling. I got Jurassic Park. I liked it. The book and the movie are both great. I don't know what this series was called. It was The Wheel of Time, The Eye of the World. Like, I think this is still an ongoing series, but the person who made it, Robert Jordan, he passed away. Oh yeah, I was reading this at one point. I was started over there. The person who made it, Robert Jordan, he passed away, but before he did so, he found another author to help him write the books so he can continue on with the series, which was pretty neat. Gosh darn it. Sorry, I'm just doing this with one hand and it's like impossible at times. I gotta fix that later. This was a good bookshelf. And I got The Wizard's First Rule, another series of fantasy books. I don't know what series it is. World War Z. I was halfway through this book, stopped. I don't know why. Island in the Sea of Time. Oh yeah, this is a bookmark. Island in the Sea of Time. Ready Player One. I got it from a loot crate. Troll Slayer. One of my teachers gave it to me because he knew I liked reading books. The Day After Tomorrow. It's not based off that disaster movie. It's a different movie. No, it's not a movie. It's a different. It's the same title but a different genre. This is like suspense and stuff. And like, oh yeah, this right here is like a jellyfish Christmas ornament. I got it in like Myrtle Beach at Ripley's Aquarium. Sorry about this. I've been in this position for a long time. I got Green River Running Red. It's about this one killer. I'm not sure who. It's a real crime book. I got Cryptonomicon. I just bought it at a used bookstore. The Act of Will. I bought this at the dollar store. The Jews is a couple books about like I'm maybe not sure. It's just a couple books about Jewish people. There's a couple stories. That's what I meant. I'm really not sure. I looked it up and but that was like 6 months ago. Right here is The Final Assassin. It was about the assassinations of John F. I'm not sure. Yeah. I think that's Robert Kennedy. I'm not sure. And Martin Luther King. And then got VS Day, which is an alternate timeline book. I can't pronounce that, but it's a book. It's a fictional book based off of a writer who like encounters like this monster, I think. I read the description, but that was like a year ago. I got Green Rider was another series. I've like read parts of that book, but stopped. Battlefield Earth. I bought this, and a lot of people say, yeah, awful movie, good book. So I just bought this book. And I still have more to go, and this video is already longer than the last one. Have the Bones series. It's too far down to like get, and also I'm on my side. But books 1 through 4. I have the Calvin and Hobbes books. I believe this is all of them. And this one right here. I have comic books here. Men of War editions 1 through 3. I'm sorry about this. This is a little crowded down here. Yeah. And Indiana Jones in the Crystal Skull comic book. I got it part 1, not part 2. The Star Wars Republic book. It was those comic books that were part of the toys, the action figures. So that's how I got it. This, I think it's, I can't tell. I got it from Loot Crate. It's this. Never read it. I don't even know what it is. Sorry if you do. I got this Superman comic, and it's like Superman meets Motorsports Champion. I liked it because it was my only comic at the time. Well, one of my onlys. Got this little Godzilla book that I had since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved Godzilla to death. Like, I have all the figurines. I might do a video on that. I think I already did, but I'm not sure. Just a map of Mackinac Island. There's another map here. Map of Mackinac. This is on Mackinac Island. There's 2 forts. One in Mackinac City and another in Mackinac. On Mackinac Island, I meant. Sorry, this is hard to do. There's not a piece of paper back here, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh well. This big book of movies, which was like one of those catalog books that you can buy. I keep it because it has some movies in there that I find interesting. This little pamphlet for this one, for the J Comic Con. I think it was my second one. And then over here I have Library of World Poetry. Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. I think he's an interesting person. I got this because I went over, my teacher showed us like the National Geographic TV series of it. I have True History of the Kelly Gang Dracula. Not sure what edition. I have To Kill a Mockingbird. I have With the Old Breed. It was my dad's book, but he gave it to me because his dad was in World War II in the Pacific. I got this book, Never Give In, by Winston Churchill. It's an old book, so I will be careful with that. I got the book Night. The author died, I think in July. I'm not sure. Catastrophe, 1914. Europe goes to war. It's a book about World War I. The Pacific War, 1941 to 1945. Basically, U.S. entry to the end of the war. Band of Brothers. I have the series. I read the book. I like the book better. From Ashes to Honor. It's about I think it's, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I think it's, I know it's based on people who I know it's on people who survived 9/11. It's just I'm not sure if it was the first responder or some workers. I have this book called Sky, the Shoe Corders Joined World War II. I have this book that I had from a kid. It was called The Cage. It's about the Holocaust. I have Anne Frank. Got this when I was in 8th grade. Army Blue. I read a couple pages of it. The Alamo. American Sniper. My Name is America. The Journey of Scott Pendleton Collins. I have two versions of that. Number the Stars is another Holocaust book. Salute the Armed Forces is the book. It's one of the Uncle John's bathroom videos about the armed forces. Air Mobility, the Evolution of Global Reach. Sorry if it's all blurry. It's just I'm very close and my arm's getting tired of holding the camera. Netflix is a book about Netflix. When I had Netflix, well, I had it twice, but I had Netflix since you could, not from like the first time, but it was like the mid-2000s when you used to mail. I think it was before the streaming thing. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but it was when you used to mail the DVDs to get the movies. I found that pretty inefficient, even though I used it a couple times. Government Gone Wild. I would do a review on this. I actually like this book. Kristen Tate, she's a new author. She did articles in this one place. I'm not sure, but not in this one place, for this one group. But she's new to the world. Like, this book came out this year. And I have class manuals. My economics teacher showed us chapters of this for we can read in class. And I liked it, so I bought the book. So, this one's kind of hard to do. I get film scenes for actors. These are like short little screenplays for like just a short scene. That you can do. Then I got Final Cut. Dreams and Disaster in the Making of Heaven's Gate. If you haven't heard of Heaven's Gate, it was a I think it was a 3 or 4 hour long movie. and there was so much disaster in it. Like, if this is the correct movie that I'm thinking about, which it probably is, since how infamous it is, there was a scene where there was a horse, with horses in it, and one of them, like, blew up and four of those got injured. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's all my books that I have on these shelves. So I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day.